4.0 on the topic Preparing for Industry 4.0. Before proceeding the session, I would like to welcome our Honorable Chef Patron, Mrs. Alka Gupta Ma'am, Chairperson BBD Education Group, Mr. Virat Sagar Dasi Sir, President BBD Education Group, our respected Director Professor Dr. S.S. Chauhan Sir, BBD ITM. So before our eminent resource person enlighten us about today's topic, that is preparing students on Industry 4.0, we should be knowing what exactly Industry 4.0 is all about. We are in the midst of a significant transformation regarding the way we produce products thanks to digitization of manufacturing. This transition is so compelling that it is being called Industry 4.0 to represent the fourth revolution that has occurred in the manufacturing. From the first industrial revolution, mechanization through water and steam power, to the mass production and assembly lines using electricity in the second, the fourth industrial revolution will take what was started in the third with the adoption of computers and automation and enhance it with smart and autonomous systems fueled by data and machine learning. The concept of HR 4.0 is closely linked to the Industry 4.0 or to the fourth major industrial revolution. We can say that HR 4.0 is a revolution in the area of human resources. In it, HR becomes more automated, focusing on its activities on strategic issues and no longer on manual, bureaucratic, and repetitive actions. Now, I would like to welcome our respected eminent speaker, Dr. Nidhi Mehta. Dr. Nidhi Mehta is a freelance writer, poetess, and educationist. At present, she is working as an assistant professor in Amity University, Lucknow campus, Uttar Pradesh. She is working on topic a comparative study in the poems of Sylvia Plath and Kamala Das for her doctoral thesis. She has also published a book on the same topic. An essay of 1000 words has been published in an international online journal Plath Profiles, Volume 3, Indiana University, USA. Poem The Wordsmith and research papers have been published in the Enchanting Verses International, few poems in Muse India, an online journal. She was also managing the poetry-based articles section for few months in the Enchanting Verses, an online journal. The poem Origami of Life was published in an international journal literary London. Many of her articles and papers have been published in national and international journals. She has played badminton on national level. She has also won the title of Mrs. Uttar Pradesh and also won uh, and participated in Mrs. India, which was held in 2018. And now I would like to welcome our faculty coordinators, Dr. Preeti Mishra Ma'am, President IIC BBDITM, Dr. Shivangee Tiwari Ma'am, Chief Coordinator, BEAG BBDITM, Dr. Vinay Kumar Yadav Sir, President EDC BBDITM. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to our respected Dr. Preeti Mishra Ma'am to welcome our eminent speaker. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Soumya. Good afternoon, ma'am. And first of all, I, Dr. Preeti Mishra, President IIC BBDITM, wish you all and one present here a very good afternoon. I extend my gratitude to Honorable Chairperson BBDEG, Mrs. Alka Das Gupta, President BBDEG, Shri Virat Sagar Das ji, for providing this opportunity. I extend my gratitude to respected Professor Dr. S.S. Chauhan, Director BBDITM. Then I welcome and wish a very good afternoon to all the participants, dignitaries, delegates, faculty members from our institutes, from different institutes, who have shown their interest in this event, and they are giving their precious time to make this event a big success in this Industry 4.0 1 week MDP. So now I owe a very warm welcome to Dr. Nidhi Mehta.
Thank you very much.
As we heard her brief profile, which shows she is a master in many fields: poetry, painting, academic research, badminton champion. So no doubt ma'am is beauty with brain, and definitely we would like to learn from her what are the requirements and how the students should prepare themselves for the Industry 4.0. As we all know, the Industry 4.0 is a biggest revolution for today's scenario, which is making everything much required, like interconnectivity, automation, machine learning. So a lot of things are there, and these all changes in this industry, they have changed the dynamics of human resource management also. So where now we need to be more skilled in communication, pronunciation, timely reply, mannerism, body language, and many more things which cannot be included in such a short time. So now I would like to hand over dice to respected ma'am, and kindly, ma'am, now you can start your session formally.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Mishra. Okay, good afternoon, everyone present here. So before I start, share and start my presentation, I would like to pay my gratitude to Chief Patron, Mrs. Alka Das Gupta, Chairperson BBD Group, Mr. Virat Sagar Das, President BBD Group, Dr. Shailendra Singh Chauhan, Director, BBDITM. I would also like to thank the organizers of the workshop, Dr. Preeti Mishra, Dr. Shivangee Tiwari, Mr. Vinay Kumar Yadav. Last but not the least, I would like to congratulate all the student coordinators. They have done a wonderful job, because I have been a part of the previous workshops also, and they have done a fantastic job. They are really conducting it and showing their organizational skills in a very good manner. So good afternoon again, and I congratulate all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for these nice words.
I'm going to share the screen.
Yes, yes.
Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay, thank you. So today we are going to discuss on the topic, making students Industry 4.0 ready. So before we start with the presentation, first you need to know what is Industry 4.0. Like Soumya also told, and Dr. Preeti Mishra also discussed what is Industry 4.0. So I would like to add a few lines that since the 1800s, we have experienced 3 industrial revolutions. Each was powered by a disruptive new technology. The number 1 revolution was the mechanics of the steam engine. Second was the innovation of the assembly line. There is speed of the and third was the speed of the computer. The reason they were called industrial revolutions was because the innovation that drove them didn't just improve productivity and efficiency a little bit, it completely revolutionized how goods were produced and how work was done. So in a nutshell, if I have to explain what is Industry 4.0, it would be the rise of digital industrial technology. For example, you have cloud computing, you have AR or augmented reality, and Internet of Things. So this is a brief introduction about what is Industry 4.0. So now what we are doing as teachers or facilitators, we are trying to relate with this revolution the communication skills or the soft skills. That is what we are trying to do here. So don't worry, I'm not going to explain you what are soft skills or, the various soft skills. I'm not going to discuss that, but I'm going to discuss communication skills, soft skills, from the perspective of the employer. So what do the employer wants? What kind of soft skills are required for Industry 4.0? So, the aim of soft skill is to train the students to ensure that learners understand both the personal attributes and which are valued by employers, and the principles of communicating effectively whilst developing effective communication skills and addressing their own personal development needs. For if I talk about, Amity University, we have certain value added courses, like we have introduced technical communication, we have added communication skills, and also foreign languages like Spanish, German, and French. So what is the use of, what is the significance of all these skills? Actually, it helps students to get an edge over others and contribute towards their overall holistic development. There are non-technical skills and attitude also, which also are a part of soft skills, as they are key to employability. That is why we call soft skills as employability skills. So, for any candidate who want to sit for an interview, who has applied on any job, employability skills are required along with the technical skills and knowledge. Knowledge should be, job specific, especially if you have, technical background, what are the skills which are required for the job, or you have managerial, like most of the audience here, the students are from management background. So what are your employability skills, so soft skills, as you already know, are those skills relating to an individual's ability to communicate and work effectively with others, to use appropriate language, be dependable, conscientious, and to generally behave in an acceptable manner in the workplace. So soft skills complement hard skills. So I see many students here. Can you just differentiate between soft skills and hard skills? Can anyone do that? What are soft skills and what are hard skills? Yes, Avinash.
First of all, a very good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Avinash.
Ma'am, the basic difference between a hard skill and soft skill is a hard skill for like a technical knowledge about something, for like Microsoft Excel, whether you are
Yes.
capable of web designing, web developing. And soft skills are for like the manner in which you speak with someone. Are you confident enough for like leadership skills and all? These are soft
Yes.
skills.
Thank you, Avinash. So soft skills complement hard skills, and which are the knowledge, understanding, and technical skills required to do a job. So if I say that you are Industry 4.0 ready, or you have average knowledge about, communication skills. So you should be able to write emails, memorandums, notices, circulars, or any kind of official documents for that matter. You should be able to give presentations. You should be able to crack business deals, have persuasion skills, negotiation skills. You should know how to conduct meetings, so on and so forth. So the question comes, what do employers want? Is it just about high academic achievement, or they are after technical skills? What do they really want? So, employers were asked to rate the above personal skills out of 5 when recruiting new graduates. The greatest differences were in the areas of enthusiasm, adaptability, and decisiveness, which Chinese employers put less importance on, but they put more importance on social responsibility. So what I'm trying to tell here is that the cultural perspective, the cultural background also differs when you're applying for a job. For example, Chinese employers put less importance on enthusiasm, adaptability, whereas UK employers put more stress on these kind of skills which they try to search in their prospective candidates. So what else are employers looking for? According to Kimberly Clark, a major graduate recruiter, he says that demonstrating extracurricular activities is important. A candidate should be able to demonstrate that he or she has wider interests and can contribute something more than pure intellect or technical skills. According to Anthony Haskett, author of How to Get the Best Graduate Job, according to him, you need to put yourself in the shoes of the selectors. You have to be empathetic. You have to understand the perspective of the employers. Why are they looking for these skills? What attributes do I have which might trigger employers to think that I have what they need? Employers are looking for much more than the skills they list. They are looking for a package. The more perceptive candidates work out what this package is and commodify themselves accordingly. So you need to understand the, the perspective of the employer and the skills they are really looking for. So what are employees looking for? Yes, they are looking for your academic achievements, your CGPAs, your percentage. They are looking for all-rounders. They are looking for your content knowledge of the subject, your soft skills. And if you're not a fresher, your work experience is what looked for, and evidence of extracurricular activities. Maybe you have participated in seminars, conference, debates, project, something like that. Then core transferable skills and qualities called competencies, and knowledgeable applicant. So that is a kind of, a rough, you can say roughly they are looking for these skills in any candidate. Then I have listed some of the skills which you as a, prospective employee, which you need to acquire, and also what the employers are looking for. For number 1 is communication skills, because, when you sit for an interview, communication skills are very significant. You might have lots and lots of knowledge, but you are not able to communicate, express yourself. Because I've seen certain students, they have very good, academic background, but then again, they are not able to express themselves. So that somehow, affect their confidence, and also the overall, you can say their overall personality and the impression on the employer. So communication skills are very important. Then self-motivation, time management, teamwork, leadership, problem solving, organization. So you can just read it on, because I'm going to explain all these skills briefly. So what are the things which you can do, before applying for any job. You can research before applying for any job. Uh, you can work out what the package is. Is it very important to do your home? It is very important to do your homework about a company and understand the following. Number one, apart from preparing yourself for any interview, which you will be preparing for the round ones and around various rounds. The round one would be the GD, then the interview, face-to-face interview. You will be preparing your or honing up your communication skills. You'll be preparing the content or the subject knowledge. Apart from that, you need to research before applying for the job what the culture of the company in which you are going to apply. Will that culture, or will you be able to fit in that culture? Number two, company's values. Do they match your values? Then what are the technical skills that are required? Any academic entry requirements? Personal skills. What are the personal skills? For example, if you're, applying for a post of team leader, so what are the skills that are required? Or you are applying for any managerial job. So what are the skills that are required for that kind of job? So that you need to inquire. Then the additional contribution you can bring from your extracurricular activities and life experience. So maybe, you have been a part of debate, or you have been comparing or MC. You're very good at you have very good social skills. So how are you going to utilize those skills in your job? So that also you can inquire about, because I've seen candidates, especially the freshers, once they join, because they are so desperate to get job, what happens is that they join the job. The package is really good, but they are not able to fit in with their culture. Why? Because number one, they have not inquired about about the culture of the company, and since it is their first or maybe second job, so they are not used to that kind of corporate work culture, 9 to 5 or maybe 9 to 6, extra shifts and all those things. So what you can do is, if you're very particular about all these things, you can always inquire about the culture of the company. So it means would you be able to apply for leaves often? How many leaves you are going to get? What is the timing? What is the schedule? Will they be asking you to sit for extra hours? Will they be asking you to work on the weekends? And if you feel that instead of starting the job and then leaving the job at a very bad note after fighting with your colleagues or maybe bosses, so you can do what you can do is you can inquire about the culture beforehand. So that would help you to decide what kind of job you want to opt for. Is it clear? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So here is a table of, here is a table where I have listed all the skills which are required by the employers, what the employers look for in the employees. So this is an ordered key selection criteria. So your communication skills take the maximum part, it is 49%. So it means that the employers would be looking for candidates who have good communication skills. So if you join any corporate company, you are supposed to interact with your colleagues and with the your seniors, and then you have to communicate through written form, through emails, on daily basis. So that is why they look for communication skills. Then your academic result, then the teamwork, if you are able to work in a team, your aptitude or attitude, interpersonal skills, then leadership skills, then work experience is 20%. And if you're working in a multinational company or any company where people are from different cultural background, so that also they'll see if you're cultural fit and how adaptable you are. So that is how they are looking for the different kind of skills in the candidates. Now, since I have been talking about various skills, so what are these skills actually? Number one is communication. As you already know that it is ability to communicate orally, in written form, or through emails. So that should be good. And for improving communication skills, you need to work. It is not like a kal interview hai, and you start talking, today, and then you would be able to express yourself in English the next day. So you have to work. You have to work like 6 months. You can start interacting with your friends or people around in English. You can have a practice session with your friends for an interview or GDs, something like that. So you have to work on it. Then comes teamwork. So teamwork is a constructive team member contributing practically to the success of the team. So teamwork here means you're able to work with people around you. So whenever a task is given to a team, you are supposed to achieve that task in a stipulated time. A time is given. So there will be, because when there are more people in a team, there will be confrontation, there will be difference in their thinking, there will be different perspective. But if you are able to put your perspective, put the differences, you are able to communicate it, you are able to solve those, work out on the problems, on the differences, that would help you to become a team member. It will help you to acquire the skills which are required to work in a team. So teamwork here means to work with your differences to achieve a common goal. Then next are leadership. Leadership skills are those skills which if you are able to motivate or encourage people, you are able to solve their problem, you are able to listen them, you are able to encourage them, and you are able to make them understand the significance of the task and to work towards it. That is leadership quality or leadership skills. Next is initiative. It means ability to see opportunities and to set and achieve goals. Initiative means you initiate something. It is not someone is going to tell you, then you are going to do it. No, you feel that you're responsible for certain task and you take initiative and try to complete it within the time. Next is problem solving. So problem solving is again a very important skill. It involves thinking things through in a very logical way in order to determine key issues, often also including creative thinking. So problem solving, number one, you have to be a very good listener. You need to understand, you need to be empathetic. You need to understand the other's perspective, the point of view of the other person. Sometimes what happens, your point of view may be different from what other person is telling you. But if you are able to understand their point of view and perspective, that would help you to solve their problem. So problem thinkings also involve, there are various steps actually for problem solving. First is listening, then is understanding the problem, then finding various solutions, then selecting the best solution, and last one is implementing that solution to the problem. So that is what problem solving is, and it also involves creative thinking. Next skill which you require for employability is flexibility, ability to handle changes and adapt to new situations, like we did during pandemic, isn't it? We switched from offline classes to online classes. So we adapted ourselves. So according to the time and the situation, we need to be flexible and adapt to the new circumstances. Next is self-awareness. Self-awareness means knowing your strength and skills and having the confidence to put these across. Next is motivation, having energy and enthusiasm in pursuing projects. Next is interpersonal skills, again very important, because even as a faculty, when we sit in our staff room, we interact with the colleagues, we interact with the seniors, with our HOI directors. So these are called, when we communicate in a very formal way, it is interpersonal skills. Let it be through emails or it can be verbal, non-verbal. So interpersonal skills are very important. It is the ability to relate well to others and to establish good working relationship. So when you start working, you have to maintain a rapport with the people working around. And why do we need that? Because it is going to help you to work. It is going to make you very comfortable in the workplace. It is going to help you to to achieve the task, or to complete your task, to achieve a goal in a very comfortable manner, you can say. Because if you have a good interpersonal skills, everyone around you is going to help you out. So for that, again, interpersonal skills again need so many things. As students, you have informal communication with your friends, siblings, and a little bit of formal communication maybe with your teachers. But once you start working and you're in a workplace, you need to interact in a very formal way. When I say formal communication, it means you have to follow certain rules and regulations, both verbal communication as well as non-verbal communication. When I say verbal, it includes writing emails, memos, notices, or interacting with your colleagues or seniors. If I say non-verbal, it means your body language. How should be your body language when you are in your workplace? So for good interpersonal skills, you should have a positive, non-verbal communication. You should have a good body language. Interpersonal skills also involves you being polite, having a positive attitude, not cribbing about everything, not being negative about everything that is happening around you, trying to finish your work, whatever task has been given to you, trying to complete it on time. And again, like I think this is the third time I'm telling you to be empathetic, to understand the perspective and the opinion or the emotions, feelings of the other person. If you are able to relate to that, then even in your informal communication, I think you will have good interpersonal skills. If you want to have good relationship with anyone, with your parents, siblings, friends around you, maybe your colleagues, so the number one step would be understanding their point of view, being a good listener, having lots of patience, so that you are able to understand them and help them whenever they ask for. So interpersonal skills are very important. Then is numeracy. Numeracy is the competence and understanding of numerical data, statistics, and graphs. If you have that kind of technical background, which I do not have, so you need to understand all about these things. Then reliability is another very important skill. Reliability can be trusted to complete tasks correctly and work cooperatively with others. So basically reliability means that if some work is given to you and you're able to finish that on time, so you are a reliable source, you are a reliable candidate for them. Next is social responsibility, which means you should be polite, working well with the members of the team, which is good for the company. Then come ethical values. Can anyone tell me? Yes, can anyone tell me what do you mean by ethical values? What are ethical values? Yes, I can see Ambrish, Rekha, Vinay, Kumar. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So that is what I was asking. Ethical values means behaving in a way which reflects the values of the company and country. So now, because of the new education policy, another subject has been added in the curriculum of most of the UGs and PG students, that is ethical, professional ethics. This is a paper. So professional ethics, and why this has been added in the syllabus or the curriculum is very important because it is very important skill, which is one of the important skill of the employability. So ethical values means behaving in a way which reflects the values of the company. What are the values of the company? So you have to follow them, and which you need to sometime they will be given written to you. They will be reminded about the candidates will be reminded about the ethical values. But anyhow, we as a country which believe in the ethics and morals, that is what you are supposed to follow. Next is tolerance to stress, able to work effectively and under pressure. So that is another very important point, because with the changing time, with the advent of technology, and technology changing every other day with the passing time, and we have to adapt. You as youngsters will be able to adapt it ki acha ab ye phone aaya hai, ab iska naya version aayega, ab ye software aaya, another software will be there. So you are very this thing has become very dynamic. The technology actually has become very dynamic, and we need to adapt and evolve with it. So with that, the pace of our life has also increased, and with that the stress has also increased. So if you're able to tolerate stress in your workplace, maybe you are given more work than you can handle. Okay, so if you're able to do that, tolerate that, if you're able to work effectively under pressure, that would be it would be a bonus for the employers, and it would help you to work comfortably in your workplace. Next is application of knowledge. That obviously means using your knowledge effectively for the benefit of the organization. Then additionally, private sector employers like to see that applicants have some commercial awareness. It means an insight into how firms operate, what is happening in the business world, and the impact this could have on their organization. So you must be aware about all these things. So these are the skills which are required Okay, so these are the skills which are required. I think we have discussed more or less. I think we have discussed most of the skills. We talked about communication, teamwork, leadership, initiative. We also talked about problem solving, flexibility, how you have to be adaptable, self-awareness, commitment, interpersonal skills, social responsibility, ethical values. Yes. So that is almost all skills we have covered. And this is my last slide where there are certain, textbooks which I would recommend you if you're preparing for any interviews. So if you want to hone up or improve on your communication skills or employability skills, you can buy these books. That's all. If you have any questions, you can ask me right now.
Participants, if you have any question, you can directly ask to the ma'am.
Ma'am,
Okay,
I do have a
yes.
question.
Yeah. Okay, after the question, there is small video which I want to all the participants to watch. Yes, Avinash.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask you regarding one of the skills you told us about. That was tolerance in workplace. So, ma'am, is there anything for like if we tolerate something, especially in a workplace? So, yeah, I definitely agree that tolerance is extremely important. But sometimes the organization or your HR misuses that tolerance and put lots and lots of work upon one. So how could one manages between for like a balanced way of tolerating something, so no one could misuse that thing?
Okay, so we were talking about, I discussed about tolerance in terms of stress. If too much of work is given to you, or they are being partial, or since you are new, you don't have experience, they're giving you all the, work to you. So, again, I think problem solving skills, if you have that, it is going to help you instead of, just reacting. Instead of reacting, you can talk with your seniors or the management, whosoever is responsible, and whatever is your problem. Maybe they have called you on the weekends and you are not ready for that, or most work is given and you have certain kind of stress. You don't have a good relationship with your boss or seniors, something like that. So you are feeling lots of stress and you are on the verge of leaving your job. So instead of reacting, and because if you react, you maybe you will stop working, or you won't talk to your boss about, or maybe you start a fight with them. Instead of that, you can have a word. First, you need to work on the problem. What is the issue and why it is it happening with everyone? Some problem is there. Is it happening सबको इतना काम दिया जा रहा है क्यों दिया जा रहा है? And everyone is getting the same kind of work. So how they are managing? If you are able to solve that problem on your own, on your level, then it would be good. Otherwise, you can talk with the HR, try to solve it. That is what I would suggest that. And yes, we are, we are not robots. We have our tolerance. We have our limit of tolerance. So if you feel like it is going, it is coming, out of limits. So you can always talk and try to solve the problem. Talk it out with your seniors or HR, something like that. Okay, Avinash.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. And I do have one more question regarding ethical
Yes. Yes. Please
Ma'am,
ask.
does ethical values changes when you shift from one company to the other? For like you told us about the ethical values, that when you the values of your company is reflected by you, so that is the ethical value, or like
Yes.
the manner in
Yeah.
which one should behave.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So yes, what you said is right. The ethical values are of a company is reflected by you, but not your personal values, you know. So don't, you might have a conflict with your personal values and the values of the ethical values of the company. Sometimes, you know, you have to follow what is being said and whatever the rules and regulation are there made, and you have to abide by that. But sometimes in certain circumstances, when you feel it is too much, so it is because you know, you have your own moral values or what has been taught by your parents or siblings, whatever values you have gathered in your lifetime. So that also is a very important part or significant part of your personality. So if you feel your personal you know, values are in contradiction what the ethical values of a company are, so there you have to make a certain kind of decision. Are you going to abide by their rules, or you're just going to leave the job, or else you are going to find in between path?
Hello.
This problem.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
यस मैम, ये कह रहा
Yes,
था
Rahul.
कि ये कोई संगीता कुमारी को मैम फोन लगा रहा है और वो उठा नहीं रही है, तो उससे बोल दीजिए अगर बात करना है तो कर ले, अगर नहीं करना है तो.
Hello.
Yes, very good afternoon, ma'am. This is Amrish.
Yes.
I have one
Yes.
query regarding the tolerance. And yes, of course, I thought there is tolerance happen in corporate companies nowadays. So how we give a, ma'am, please give a short description, how we make a smooth relation between managers, or how we make a good strategy for making the good culture and work.
Okay, Amrish. So your question is that, for example, you are a manager.
बात कर लो यार हमसे. Hello, Sangeeta.
Yes. Yes, Rahul. Can you please mute your microphone?
Rahul Shetty, kindly maintain the decorum of the event. Otherwise, we will remove you.
This happens everywhere, you know. We actually, we
मैम,
as
एक बार
people have become.
आप ही संगीता को बोल देती तो ठीक रहता.
Student coordinators, kindly remove Rahul Shetty. We will take action against him after the session.
No, it's okay, ma'am. Rahul, you are very entertaining, but you can entertain it somewhere, some other time.
Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Sorry for the
No
disturbance.
problem, Dr. Shivangee. Okay, so Amrish has asked me a question.
But ma'am, try to understand my condition. Please tell Sangeeta.
Okay. Is it an option to remove Rahul?
Yes, ma'am. Just we are removing.
Yeah. Sorry, Rahul. We are not able to very much interested in what you are saying. Coming back to the question in Amrish is that, you know, I would like to suggest, for example, you are a manager and there are around 70 people working under you. So I think that was your question, how to have a good relationship with those people, because you being the team leader, you have to make people work. Isn't it, Amrish?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So as a manager, you have the responsibility to make, you know, every day they'll be coming with complaints. You have to solve their problems, complain. You have to have all the leadership qualities. Number one, you have to be good listener, understand their perspective. आपको लगेगा कि क्या बोल रहा है, क्या ये तो कोई problem ही नहीं है. He's just it's not very important. But then again, you have to show that you understand, you are trying to solve it, and on daily basis you can have a meeting, so that whenever you are working in a team, you have to have that kind of rapport and bond with the people. Okay, like you have in a class, है ना? In a class आप क्या करते हो? You communicate with your friends. So जिनसे आपकी ज़्यादा बनती, they become they come in your friend circle, and जिनसे आपकी बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं बनती, you tend to ignore them or not talk to them more. But when you start working, you cannot have that kind of criteria. You have to make communicate on daily basis. You have to make that bond with everyone around you, so that you being a manager, agar aap koi task dete ho, they should be able to readily do that. For that they have to like you, for that they have to have certain kind of trust on you. They must believe ki hum is problem ke saath, if we go to the manager, he would be able to solve it, and they have to have certain kind of confidence in you. So I think if you have good leadership qualities, everyone around you would like you, and as a manager, and would help you out to perform any kind of task. Is it okay, Amrish?
Yes, ma'am. It's perfect, ma'am. And in case of new employee, if employee is joining in new company, so there is tolerance. They have their extra workload from manager side. So in case of that situation, what are the initial steps to be taken by the new employer?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so see, actually what happens, Amrish, when you start working as a fresher, you are still in a stage where you have to learn things. And when you have to learn things, you have to be very polite, you have to be very modest. Everything depends upon the state of your mind. If you have a state of mind कि मुझसे पार्शियलिटी हो रही है, मुझे ज्यादा काम मिल रहा है, and these kind of negative thinking or attitude you have, I don't think that is going to help you out. Whenever you start as a fresher, you don't have experience, तभी ये problem आएंगी. If you once you start working and you have experience of 10 to 15 years, you know what kind of problems will be there and their solutions also. तो problem ज़्यादा कहाँ आती है? Initial stage पे. And how to solve the kind of problems which you might face in you may have in a workplace. You may have an ego problem with some colleague. किसी ने आप पे shout कर दिया, किसी ने आपको काम ज़्यादा दे दिया, तनख्वाह कम है, छुट्टी पे बुला रही, all kind of these problem. So initially you have to start working with a kind of attitude where you have this in your mind कि I have to learn work, irrespective what kind of work is given to you. Let me first learn it. Let me be you have to make rapport with the in the initial year, try to make rapport with your boss and colleague. Try to learn things, and once you have done that, I think you will be able to solve any kind of problem with the help of the soft skills which you have acquired throughout the experience of your 1 year in any company.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Are there any questions? If not, then I would like to play a small video.
Yes, ma'am, you can play.
Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes. Is it audible also?
What does it mean for you? Technology is driving change across all areas of society. Not only do we increasingly use it and even rely on it in our personal lives, We also find our workplaces digitally evolving, with more and more processes now being undertaken using technology. This change is known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution, or Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 will see many tasks that were once performed by us now being automated. With the collection and analysis of real-time data, artificial intelligence, and the ability for all components of a production line to talk to each other, production can be really efficient and personalized according to customer needs. What does this mean for us? With increased automation, our time will be freed up for concentrating on more complex tasks. We will need a workforce who are capable of building, programming, and developing these technologies, but also making sure we are applying them to our lives in an ethical way. There are core skills that we can offer that technology cannot replace. The human touch is going to be incredibly important, ensuring effective communication, problem solving, and supporting change management in this digital environment. There will also be a greater need for joint working across disciplines, creating new innovations. The future job market will be looking for graduates with an open mind to explore the unknown future possibilities. We will all need to develop our skills in order to embrace, adapt to this ever-changing environment. What will you do to make sure you are ready and have the right skills to thrive in the Fourth Industrial Revolution?
Types of industries.
Yes, ma'am. I have unshared the video.
Okay, Mansi.
Yes, ma'am.
Mansi, over to you now.
Yes, ma'am. It was indeed such an insightful session. Your talks definitely took us through the very fundamentals to many visionary objectives. Today, we learned about that the aim of soft skill training is to ensure that the learners understand both the personal attributes valued by employers and the principles of communicating effectively. We also learned about how to communicate when we go for an interview. We learned that what we should do when we apply for the job. We also learned that we should always research about the culture of the company, whether we fit in or not. We learned about all the skills that employers look for an employee skills such as communication skill, academic results, teamwork skill, leadership skill, more importantly, problem solving skill, interpersonal skills, and many more. Now, a very heartfelt gratitude to you, ma'am, for benefiting us with your time, knowledge, and such a descriptive reflection on the subject. Now, I would like to call our faculty coordinator, Dr. Shivangee Tiwari, ma'am, Chief Coordinator, WEAG, BBDITM, to offer a formal thank you note to our guest. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mansi. Thank you very much, ma'am, for an enlightening presentation on the right way to apply for any HR 4.0. What students seek at the time of interview, what employers actually looking for, research before applying for any job. Various postulates under soft skills are beautifully explained by you to our participant. We are grateful, ma'am, for the time and effort you took to share your thought and experience with the whole BBDITM group. We believe that the knowledge you have shared today will immensely help and create the background for self-reliant India towards Industry 4.0. I'm short of words towards your phenomenal presentation, ma'am. We'll also believe that our participant will work and think out of box. Thank you once again, ma'am. Thank you from the whole IIC, WEAG, and EDC.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me. And thank you everyone for your precious time.
Over to Preeti Mishra, ma'am.
Now, I would like to extend my gratitude towards the extremely faculty coordinators, Dr. Preeti Mishra, ma'am, President, IIC BBDITM, Dr. Shivangee Tiwari, ma'am, Chief Coordinator, WEAG BBDITM, Dr. Vinay Kumar Yadav, sir, President, EDC BBDITM. I would also like to thank our student coordinators, faculties of other institutes, and our patience audience for contributing towards making this session a successful one. Now, with due permission from Dr. Preeti Mishra, ma'am, ma'am, shall we move towards winding of the session?
Yes, Avinash, please put the feedback form in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am. Already on it.
Thank you, Dr. Preeti Mishra, for providing me such a prestigious platform to express my views on that.
Thank you, ma'am.
So,
Thank you so much. It was very nice session, very interactive, and our students have learned a lot. Like what is the requirement of this industry 4.0 and how they have to prepare for this.
Yes,
It was
I
very
hope
nice session.
it was helpful. Yes, ma'am. Can I leave now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You can leave. You can leave.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute.
Yes.
1 minute, ma'am. Just one. Please, everyone, switch on your video and please take a group photograph. Just 1 minute.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, ma'am. Now you can leave, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'm leaving.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone,
Okay,
for
ma'am.
showing so much
Bye-bye.
patience.
Okay.
So
thank
let's
you.
meet tomorrow in the last section. Till then, stay connected, stay protected. Everyone, bye-bye. Take care. So now I am ending the meeting. I will wait for a minute so that everyone can fill the feedback form.
Ma'am, permission denied.
Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. But I have changed the settings. Now it is given. Permission is given. Now everyone can fill. Okay, so now I am ending the meeting. And those who have filled, they can leave. Now I am ending the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you once again.